Welcome back to Pickettville. Let's see if we can solve these vibration issues. So Tacoma Vibes, take 2. So for those of you who are just tuning in, let's go over a little bit of the details of what I've got going on. I recently changed my front suspension and I put OME coils on there, the 886 coils, and it lowered my front about ½ inch. And now that I did all that, I'm having all kinds of vibration issues. I think the vibration issues are coming from my drive shaft. I already tried the carrier bearing drop kit and that didn't seem to do any good. So what I'm going to do is go in, I'm going to actually take this suspension back out, and I've got a little spacer kit that I had on there, and I'm going to install that back onto the coils, and hopefully that'll lift my truck back up to the 3-inch lift it had originally. And originally I didn't have any vibration issues, so maybe if we can get it back to that height, maybe that'll solve the problem. So let's get to work. Okay, let's talk about the game plan here. I've got a couple different ideas. Going back to our spring compressors, and these are the spacer that I was talking about. Now I may try to put that in the top, or I'm going to compress this enough to the next setting on these Bilstein 5100s, since they have little settings here. If I can compress it down and be able to pop that snap ring out, I can raise that setting 1, not have to worry about putting these in, and maybe that'll work. I'm going to try that first, and if I can't do that, then I'm going to put these in. Okay, after some scratching my head and a little bit of thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and use these Toy-Tech top spacers. This is the original factory top hat, and then these Toy-Tech are just so much heavier duty that that's what I had on there before. And I think the quality of this is just heavier duty than the original top hat, and let's go ahead and do that. That's what I had on there before. I didn't have vibrations with that on there. I think the ride quality is going to be a lot softer than it was, even with this included on there, and let's go ahead and gamble on that being the right decision. Alright, we got the Toy-Tech top hat on there. One thing to note when you're working on these is to make sure that this is in alignment right in the center here. Alright, so when you go to install these and you put them up there, this centers up at the bottom with the top. Alright, so you want the rear directly in alignment with the bottom here, so they go back on properly. Alright, let's get this reinstalled back on the truck. So that is actually 1 3/4 inch up from where it was. So that's quite a bit of increase. So we definitely got some height out of that little Toy Tech spacer in there. I think once we start driving this, it's going to settle just a little bit, and then also after the alignment, we'll do another measurement, and I got a feeling that's going to come down just a little bit, but we'll see. See if you guys can see this. Not good. Looks like a bad carrier bearing. Toyota genuine parts. Brand new carrier bearing. Alright, got a brand new carrier bearing in. All new U-joints. Greasable U-joints. So that's one up front. One right here, and then also one in the rear. Here we go. Accelerating up. (25, 30 miles per hour. Smooth as butter. Yes. Alright, let's keep accelerating. Alright, now we're up to 50. 55. No vibration. Yes! Fixed! That's what I'm talking about. Alright, we're back in business. I seek some professional help for the carrier bearing install. And what we also discovered that my U-joint, I had a U-joint that was bad. So we went ahead and replaced all three. And one of my U-joints was turning the bearings to dust. And so that was probably definitely a culprit, along with the carrier bearing, causing all those vibrations under there. And so I've got all new U-joints under there. They're all greasable, new carrier bearing. Check the angles on the drive shaft, so no need for a carrier bearing drop. I think the angle difference was only like 1 degree, and so shouldn't have any problems now. And after driving the truck, smooth as butter. All the vibration issues were gone. And so something for you guys to check. Make sure you grease your U-joints, and you might want to check all those under there. Alright, I've got 150 something thousand miles on this truck, and so that's preventative maintenance, something that I hadn't really checked as far as greasing everything. And lesson learned that you got to check all that stuff. Alright, but we're back in business. Problem solved. We got a little extra lift in the front. Got the new tires going. Appreciate you guys watching. Until next time.